Alright, I'm sorry, my mic was off. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. We are here today with our EFL, or Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, round 3 match against Newcastle United away against, like I said, away against them at St James's Park. So it should be an interesting one. If you didn't see the last episode, we took on Blackburn in our first game without our star man, Diogo Jota, and it was an incredibly close one. We managed to get a 2-1 victory, we managed to sneak past them and get a win there. And it was only thanks to a last minute from Carbonero that gave us the last minute winner. So that's lucky for us. But anyway, we're going to switch things around a little bit because we are in the Carabao Cup match now. I'm going to keep Haaland as like a super sub, I think. I'm going to put O'Leary on there. I think that might be just our only substitution. No, I'll bring Vutas on for Sterling. But I think that might be our... Actually, I keep saying that might be our only one, but I want to try and give a couple of players a bit of a run out. But I think that for real will be our actual only changes. We've got some options on the bench. I'm going to bring Russo off and put... Who did I put on the bench as well? I guess put Grinkov on. I think that looks okay. I don't want too many like youth players on in case Newcastle go with a strong lineup. I don't want to have like not enough youth players that they all get upset because they don't get to play games. So it's kind of in the middle. That's a decent amount, I think. Just gonna do something quickly. Hold on. Okay, right, cool. We're pretty much ready to go, I think. We're just going to have to try and, somehow, I don't know how we're going to do it, we're going to get the win. But you see here, dramatic late goal from Carbonero seals Bradford win. I think we've seen that a few times now in this career mode, and it's the latest one, last episode. Carbonero snatched the win against Blackburn Rovers when his dramatic late goal put Bradford City 2-1 up. We've got Haaland showing his class. Top players putting top performances, and that's exactly what Erling Braut Haaland has been doing lately. He's been turning it on game after game, really proved to be one of the standout players at Bradford. Turning out to be one of the standout players in real life as well. Carbonero and Haaland as the team of the week, or in the team of the week for Bradford City. That's pretty much it. So we're just, without any further ado, might as well get into it and see how we go. It'll be cool to see St James's Park as well. But I believe this is our first time we've gone against a Premier League team in this career mode. I could be wrong. But I think it is our first time against a Premier League team. I'm just going to put all the goal news on. Fuck it. In fact, actually, I only want to know the Man United score because I'm a Man United fan. I've changed my mind. So anyway, that is the squad we're going to roll with this game. We've got Rossi in goal. We've got Kakachi and Vutas as the... Actually, no, I said last episode, didn't I? I'd give Selesnev a chance. Oh, this is going to... I feel like I'm going to regret this. Now we're still going to have Rossi as an option on the bench in case it all goes wrong in the first 10 minutes or something and we go 3-0 down or something. So we've got Selesnev in goal. We've got Kakachi and Vutas as the fullbacks. Kakachi will be captaining the side. Todibo and Hennessy as the centre-back partnership, giving Tomori a little break. We can always rotate Tomori in if one of them gets tired. Carbonero, O'Leary and Van Damme are the midfield trio. We've got Banks on the left, Hlushek on the right, and in the middle, up front, Greenwood seems to have scored a few goals in the Carabao Cup, so I'm putting him up front, seeing how he rolls. And if anything goes wrong, we can help. We've always got some substitutions on the bench to try and switch things around. But anyway, we are going to be at St James's Park, like I said. It's going to be a fun match, regardless of win or loss. I think it'll be a fun match. We'll probably end up losing, but it'll be good to have the Premier League experience to know what we're coming up against in the Premier League in time. Hopefully, if we get promoted there next season. But anyway, I'll stop talking and we'll get into the match. Move my mic a little bit further away from my mouth. I feel like it's a bit too close. That'd be alright, I think. Okay, so shooting basics, which is always our drill. How's this guy with night finishing just put it over the top then? Okay, sweet. I just thought it would be nice if we could win, but I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it happening. Let's head in. We scored a couple of goals.
As the top scorer in the league, no surprise.
It's not the league, it's the cup. But Greenwood is joint top scorer with a few other people, which is why I've started him in striker. But look at this. This is probably the biggest stadium we've played in since the start of the career mode. Unless you count Wembley, of course. I just remembered Wembley. We played there.
I'm Derek Ray, joined here in the commentary box as always by Lee Dixon, and looking forward to bringing you action from the Carabao Cup. It's Newcastle United, and they take on Bradford City.
Well, I suppose at this stage in the tournament you can dream about the final, but an awful lot
Alright.
of football to be played, an awful lot of hard work, another step towards
I'm just
the
interested in
final,
what squad
and
they were
really
playing,
looking
whether they're
forward to
playing a
this
strong
one,
squad or a weakened squad. They've got a couple of players I recognise in there. I don't want to name them in case I get them wrong, but I do recognise a couple.
So the starting 11
And see
for
what they're
Newcastle
going with.
United.
They've not gone with a
The
full
wing-backs are gonna be
lineup.
crucial in
They've
this
got
setup.
Bas Dost
You've
they
played
brought
that
in. They
position,
brought
Lee.
in
Yeah, I
Konate,
didn't
who was
really
one I
like
wanted to
it,
sign. They
and
brought in
we
Ake
always
as
thought
well.
when
I
we were
forgot about
playing
that.
against
They
five
brought
at
in
the
Thomas
back with
Partey as
wing-backs
well.
exposed
Oh,
like
they've
this
actually
in
got
this
quite a strong
formation,
squad.
that a 4-4-2 can really
And they've got a couple of players on the bench like St.
2v1
Maximin,
downside, so
and I believe I
keep your eye
saw
out for that, with
Albiron
three narrow
on there
midfield
as well.
players to supply the support for the two forwards up front.
Couple of good players that could change the game if need be for Newcastle. I think we might be fucked if I'm honest, lads. But we'll give it our all.
This is the initial 11 for the
We're going with a
visitors
slightly
today.
weakened in some areas,
This
sort
particular
of starting
setup
11.
is
We've got them on the
becoming more
bench
and
as
more in
well.
favour.
We've
Yes,
got
Derek,
Haaland
one
there
central
ready if he
striker,
needs to be
two
coming
wingers
on.
who will
Tomorrow,
provide the width,
Sterling,
very narrow
Grinkov,
three in
and
midfield.
mainly
Back
Rossi
four,
if
two
Selesnev
full-backs will
doesn't
be expected
perform to
support,
expectations. He's
but
number
also
one. I'm going to have to swap
defend
those numbers
and help
around.
out the centre-backs.
I like Rossi being number 27, but I don't want Selesnev to be the number one, because he isn't. He's nowhere near. For some reason I thought I recognised Andy Carroll. Maybe I'm just dumb. Probably, he might have retired at this point anyway. From St James's Park, it is the Carabao Cup round 3. Newcastle United hosting Bradford City. Should be an interesting one at least. My first game on anything today, so don't know how it's going to go. Okay, not the greatest of starts, but we've headed it away just about. Virtus can get it clear. And that's the problem with Newcastle. They can break with pace like that, but we can break with pace too. It's just a matter of having the men to do it, because they've got 5 at the back.
In a position from which they could
Carabao
potentially
into
do a bit
Greenwood,
of
just going to
damage
get closed
here.
down. Needs someone to run through here. Ah, I tried to pass it off, couldn't. That's what we're going to be struggling with all match. Try to make room for Greenwood. That obvious. You decided to through ball it to their defender. Maybe I should have passed it. Oh, these guys are. This doesn't look like it's going to be positive so far. Hennessy gets headed in front of the Newcastle player though. And Lusher can get a bit of room here. Get it closed down though. Man United are winning. Reason I've left the Man United game on is because they're my favourite club, just in case you're wondering. Greenwood. Speaking of goals, we've put ourselves 1-0 up against the Magpies, and it's Mason Greenwood. What a tactical idea from your boy. That'll do donkey. Cow 40 game, whatever you want to call me. Gamer tag obviously is that'll do donkey. Mixer channel's called Cow 40 gaming. You could even call him Theo Johnson, hell. But what a tactical idea. We put Greenwood up front because he's one of the top scorers in the Carabao Cup. And just under, I believe, 11 minutes in, we put the ball in the back of the net at St James's Park.
Well, all the hard work has paid off, but the manager knows a lot more has to be done to secure this game.
What a finish from Greenwood as well. 4 goals now in the Carabao Cup for him. He's had a hell of a start to the season. I want to keep playing him as striker, but there's also other players who can do well in striker. So I kind of have to rotate, which is kind of annoying, which is why I've rotated him into this match as striker, giving Haaland a break. And if we need a big star coming on in the second half, perhaps Haaland can be that big star that comes on in the second half.
Making progress.
Hushik tracking back a little bit. Uh-oh.
Happy to pass the ball, but remaining patient.
Not gonna lie, I thought it was off pitch there for a second.
Nandez.
Nandez is shot out to Yedlin. One of my guys got across there, no? Okay. I wanted one of my players to get across, both of them decided to do it. That's not where I pass. Can Carbonero get there? I mean, it is where I pass, but I want it to go back to Banks. Carbonero intercepts though. Banks. Well, it would have been into Van Damme had he kept moving, but he didn't want to. That's one thing I hate with my players. I keep thinking they're going to move and they keep thinking they're going to go to the ball. They just suddenly stop and it's like, well, what am I meant to do now then? Yedlin. Puts it into Zaracho. Back to Yedlin perhaps, but Kakachi gets away. That is the worst pass I've ever seen in my life. I've said that for a lot of passes this season, so that probably isn't the worst. Oh, look, there's career modes. It probably isn't the worst I've ever seen in my life, but wasn't exactly great. Can we just clear it? Sweet. No. Goes the wrong way. Sterling heads it away though. It wasn't Sterling. It was one. It was Tadibo. It had to be. Sterling's not on the pitch, so it couldn't have been Sterling. Kache, the captain here, coming down the left a bit, passing it into Carbonero. Greenwood on one more to. Oh, it's worked out, I guess. Kinda. What the fuck's going on here? Okay, how's that pass not worked? I want to know that one because that was a simple pass and it's just not worked out. It's just hit weirdly and gone off course. But I'm so confused about this game sometimes. Kache gets across and intercepts. It might just be a 1-0er here if we are to win because I don't know if we're going to get another chance. Although we might. Carbonero. Oh, it was almost 2. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game for us. Carbonero makes a space for himself and takes a shot on. It's a very good save. I believe it's Vachlik or something. Being honest, I don't know his name. My mixer's being weird. Hold on. Try to view the stream. It's just weird. Alright, corner. Bradford City. Blushik to deliver. Towards Kache. Nope. Headed away. Hennessy. Carbonero needs to turn and shoot here, but he can't. I mean, he can turn, but he can't get past the man and he can't shoot in time. I need to make sure that there's no Newcastle counter-attack here. Hennessy keeping with Yedlin. Oh, good job, Tom Hennessy. He does have the pace, especially for a centre-back. And he does have the challenge there. Oh, come on, I thought I'd done it well enough there, but I guess not. That should be, that's not off the pitch. Okay, interesting. But it's come to us again. Strong touch by the Newcastle man. It didn't work out. And Vloshik maybe through. Off to Carbonero. Oh. There's a corner. But that could have been, maybe should have been to. Oh boy. They might have more possession, but we are pressing them quite well, I believe. I feel like we're doing a decent job. Alright, another corner. Kache target again, but nope. Hennessy once again picks up the ball here on the edge of the area. Carbonero into Greenwood, just needs to turn his man. Can't. That's Butchers is. Although my teammates are trying to tackle each other, which is interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Kache, O'Leary, nope. Don't know how he hasn't got there, but he hasn't. The movement of this team sometimes puts me off a little. Banks, Kache, O'Leary, Carbonero won't keep the ball because why would he? Possession. What's possession in Bradford? How did I not get the ball there? Slightly confused about that one. I feel like I'm just running around like a lost puppy half the time. O'Leary wins the header. Blushik. It might have been Van Damme actually that won the header, I don't know. But our player won the header, okay? Greenwood. Got to lay it off here to Carbonero. Kache. God, they're surrounding us. You can feel the Premier League vibes off them. Banks may have a chance here though. Oh, it's a stop by Vachlik. Kind of wanted it on the right foot there, but there was defenders around me. So I didn't dare drift it on. I just went to take a shot, see what happened. It was almost 2 again. Van Damme wins the possession. I like Van Damme because he wins the possession, but I also hate him because he loses the possession too. So it's kind of okay. Okay, I tried to pass it off straight away with Greenwood. Decided to take a touch instead. We should win this header with Tadibo. We do. Carbonero. O'Leary. Down to Banks. Into Greenwood, who's probably about to get surrounded. Carbonero. Oh, what sort of touch is that? That's my own fault. And we're going to give them a free kick as well, but that was a bad touch and that was my own fault. We're about to go into half-time here anyway. Thought we had a last chance for half-time to possibly perhaps get a second. I don't know how it touched it like that. That was me who obviously did the bad touch, but I don't know how I did it, to be honest. Mystery. Should be half-time. It is. Van Damme intercepts the free kick. And we go in at 1-0 up at the break. It's an interesting one so far here.
Well, truth be told, he's only
Dost
had a
hasn't
very
been doing that
limited
well.
influence on this
He looks
game week.
ancient,
Well,
but I know he's
Derek,
like
he'll
just
probably
30 or
blame the
something.
supply line, and he might have a case, to be fair, but you've got to make your
Couldn't
own
get a goal in the
chances
first
as well.
half. Newcastle couldn't get a
Space
goal in the
is
first half.
available,
Sells
he's
never
just
had
not been
much
in
to
it.
do,
He's not achieved
which is
today
good.
what he normally does, and that's
But
probably why they're
we
losing
need
the
to
game.
just not lose it in the second half. We've got a lead here at St James's Park. Looking around the arenas, Manchester United drawing to Burnley, which is a bit upsetting, and that's really the only result I care about. But if your team is there and you care about the results, take a quick look, because I'm going to skip it now. And you can go back if you want, look and pause and everything if you need to. This is a match fact. They haven't had a single shot yet. They may have had the possession, but they haven't had a chance yet, which is probably why Sellers Neves had a good game. Just try and keep them from not having shots. Just try and keep them away from our goal. And if they have a shot, it might likely go in. So that's why I'm not sure whether I should swap the goalkeeper around. I haven't done yet because I want to give Sellers Neves a chance. But O'Leary, Hennessy. We kicked off the second half here, by the way, at St James's Park, in case you weren't already aware. In case me moving the ball around hasn't made you aware of that. Greenwood. Shrugged off and cleared away. Tadibos all day. Virtus picks up the ball as well. Greenwood. Ploshek back to Virtus. Man United gone 2-1 up. Ploshek. Can we go 2 up? No, not quite. Virtus got to make so much movement back here right now. Labor versus Virtus. It's not going to work out for Newcastle. Oh, we might actually. I thought I had the ball there, but I guess it was incorrect. I mean, I was incorrect because they have the ball. Virtus comes across, so tracks all the way back, and a beautiful interception from him. Carbonero. Not sure about that one, Chief. I did pass that off. But we're going to be playing against Hull next in the Championship in 4 days' time.
Well, that should be a really interesting match.
Newcastle will have a Premier League game next, which is probably why they will. I don't know. Maybe they will promote it. Perhaps. I don't know. Don't know how they go about that, to be honest. O'Leary. That's the only option I had on, even though he's marked by 2 people. It's the only option I had. Obviously, it didn't work out. Offside, though. Yeah. Nice job. Defence there, playing him offside. Bas Dost, just behind the Bradford defensive line. It's not exactly been an action-packed match, this one, but it doesn't need to be. I just need to get through. Try and see how... I want to see how far we can get in the Carabao Cup. See how much our cup run can go for. It'd be interesting if we could win the whole thing as well. Greenwood. O'Leary. 90 finishing coming through now. My problem is his pace here and the fact that he's got no options here. Try to hold the ball up, but there's about 6 Newcastle players back and only 1 of me. Oh boy, that's a... no. Oh boy. Okay, closed down by Tadibo. Decent defending there. Van Dam. Passed that on before I took a touch, but the game didn't register that. Virtus just getting it back to Sellers Neves. And he's going to boot it away just for safety reasons. It's going to go back to Newcastle. I don't know why it's controlling Hlošek there. Don't want to control Hlošek at all. It changes play when you don't want it to and doesn't when you do. Hennessy across. Dost with a tackle though. Virtus this time getting across. Oh, this is a good defensive performance anyway, and we have got the goal as well. Newcastle need to be pushing us for the equaliser here. We don't really need to push him for a seconds match, but it is a foul, and it's going to be a yellow. Bit of a horrible tackle there on O'Leary. I'm not sure who it was. It should be a yellow, realistically. Yeah, it is. Nandez picking up a yellow for the Magpies. I don't know how many minutes we are into the game. I'll check after the replay. 65 minutes. We've got 25 minutes left. We're bringing on St Maximin for Dost. That could be the game changer for Newcastle. They've got a couple of big names on the bench, and Alan St Maximin is one of them. Dread to think what rating he is now in this career mode. Look how fast he is to get back. Greenwood trying to take a shot, but it's closed down. And I think they're employing St Maximin here as a striker. Look at this. Kakachi could get across. He doesn't. Oh, Virtus is. Oh no, Virtus is way out of position. Richie's taken a horrific touch though, so we've got away with it a bit there. But Virtus is way off his right back position there. Not where I aimed to. It's not where I aimed to throw it at all, but it's all right. We've got the ball. We kept the ball anyway. At least for the time being. How do they do little tackles like that, and yet they're the ones that still end up with the ball? I should be able to go back and fucking take the ball back, but apparently not. Oh, their passing is dire at the moment. Vooters.
Well, it's come down to the final 20 minutes here.
20 minutes left. We just try and keep the defensive performance going here.
Given away.
Oh, fuck. Excuse my language, even though I always swear. So I don't know why I'm excusing it anymore. I need to excuse it when I always just swear. So Maximin.
Still trailing, but they're upping the pressure. Oh, a perfectly timed
The board.
pass.
Thank God he has the shooting skill of a League 2 centre-back. We could have been in trouble there. I'm going to try and keep this this starting level on for the final for the full game, just to give them some time on the pitch, and just so we can keep some of our bigger name players fit for the next game in the Championship. I want to keep going with the Championship, of course. Now that we've lost Jota, I didn't pass it down the middle there, just for a little bit of clarification. Hennessy intercepts. What a defensive performance we've had today. I can't believe it. Carbonero to Greenwood. On through to O'Leary. Can we make it two? Can we put it away? Oh, what the tackle, mate. The one thing letting O'Leary down is pace, but he's a centre midfielder, so I'm not expecting him to have a lot.
And that's an important intervention.
I think even a blind man would have seen that pass coming, so yeah.
Well, Derek, the clock is ticking. The crowd are doing their bit, trying to get the players.
If they equalise and it goes to extra time, I'm going to be so fuming. Well, I'm not going to be fuming, but I'm just going to be annoyed because all my players will be tired. Don't need it. Headed away by Kakache. Van Damme's going to break away a little bit here. Van Damme is very tired though.
Now, this might pay
But he
dividends.
may. Oh, he won't.
Had to come up with the ball.
Good defending there by Newcastle. I was trying to do a heavy touch and then I'm going to tap it across the box possibly. But didn't work out. Good defending once again. Holy hell. Some good defending play today by Bradford City. And it could lead to a second for Greenwood. No. It was worth a shot really, but it didn't work out.
Late drama here. 5 minutes left and just one goal between the sides.
Greenwood try to come across and make a tackle.
High pressure, high intensity approach.
Just try and not let a goal in, which is what we've been doing for the full 90 minutes.
Konate. Saracho. Saint-Maximin.
So Maximin closed down. It's Saint-Maximin, but I call him Saint-Maximin for some reason. I don't actually know where I've got that from.
Good visualization and execution.
Thanks. Got to cut back a bit to Van Damme. Into Greenwood. Across the box. No, blocked. Clearance by Newcastle. We've got injury time left just to hold on. We need to just prevent them from getting one last opportunity. Miguel Almiron now coming on for the last 2 minutes of injury time. Thank God it's only 2 minutes. We may be on our way to round 4 of the Carabao Cup. A historic win possible here at St James's Park. Might as well take a shot on. Yeah. I just hope they've got enough time to go for another attack here. Let's try and win the header. Keep it midfield. In fact, we could. You know what? We've done it. We've done it. We've beaten Newcastle on their own ground. One goal is enough to separate it. Mason Greenwood bagging it in the 11th minute.
It was an entertaining game as well. Sometimes it comes down to being fitter than the opposition, a little bit of luck sometimes, but also being mentally strong.
Thank God.
It's a huge asset for a team.
Brilliant defensive performance from us. I can't fault a single thing mainly. There's maybe one chance where they did get through with Laborde, but he put it 7 miles wide. But I couldn't fault a single thing. Vooters, Kakache, Hennessy and Taribo, the back four there were immense. Full credit to Greenwood for getting the goal that sent us through, but I've got to give a lot of credit to the back four like I just did. And we ended up keeping Newcastle at bay, and we got a win. It was 1 shot with 0 on target for them, 5 shots of 4 on target for us. There's probably arguments we could have had 2 or maybe even 3 goals there, but 1's enough. It gets us through. Mason Greenwood, man of the match. I'm not sure if I agree with that. The defence was strong. Sales Neville only a 6.6, but that's because he had literally nothing to do, which was good. It gives him a bit of time on the pitch as well, and we didn't risk it wasn't really a big risk because they didn't really have any chances on goal. I don't know why, because they had some good attackers in that squad. But anyway, like I said, 8.2 for Greenwood, 8.1 for Banks. I'm assuming was the assistant. It was, yeah, it was Banks. And then everyone else getting above 7. Decent. I would maybe rate the defenders a little bit higher, but Hennessy was on his game today, and I miss having Hennessy as a starting centre back. But we've got Tomori as well now. It's going to have to be a rotation between those 3. Maybe a more fair rotation where I bring Hennessy in a little bit more. I don't know, but we get the win anyway, and we will advance to the post-match interview. Looking around the grounds, Manchester United got through, which means we could face them next time. I kind of want to, low-key want to face Man United. Low-key, very low-key want to face Man United. It'd be an interesting one. But we'll find out who we'll face next very soon.
Just a couple of questions for you.
In fact, I'm pretty sure we find out after this game. I don't think there's any draws in that round. You are through to the Carabao Cup next round with this win. Do you feel like you can win the competition? I mean, if we could beat Newcastle on the home turf, I know they're not exactly the best team in the world, but I'm a bit more confident with that. It's all up to us. We certainly have quality on our side, but we need to make sure we don't allow for our performance level to drop. We just need strong defence like we had just there, and a goal, I guess. You were able to secure the victory today before half time. Are you pleased with how things went in the second half? Absolutely. Defended like a unit. We were the better team, to be honest. I can't say we weren't. I think we deserved to win based on how we played. We created enough chances and the score could have been bigger. Maybe not at that second part, but we definitely played better. Konate was one of the best players of the opposition today. How difficult was it to find a way past Newcastle's defensive lineup? Well, Konate's been growing like a hell of a player right now. That's one of the defenders I want to sign very soon, hopefully. But we just played our game and we got it. We just played our game. We believed our own ability. We didn't make any special plans to deal with Konate, but he did stop us quite a lot, to be fair to him.
Thank you for your time.
But in the end of the day, we got the goal, we got the win, we got the next round progression. So a decent result. Vaclik's save denies Bradford doubling lead. Yeah, fair enough. And we're back in the championship, and that is a hell of a table. I'm enjoying career mode. The one thing I'm not enjoying is that our best player's injured, but besides that, I'm enjoying career mode. Going very well besides that. Thank you. Oh, it was Bizarre Artist followed me yesterday. I was about to thank him for the follow. My brain is way off today. But news here. Watford have got an injury. Okay. Ponce has got a hat-trick. Best team of the week. Is that going to be from the Carabao Cup or is that still from the league? It's still from the league, isn't it? So I think we also have to cover before the end of the episode. Oh, actually, I want to see who I'm facing next. Are you ready? We're going to be facing... Maybe it hasn't been confirmed yet. I was getting ready to see who we were facing and it hasn't been confirmed yet. We'll sim up to the game, the Hull game, and see if it's confirmed by that point. We've got a notification from Erling Braut Haaland. I'm been in pretty good form lately. I'm feeling good, so you're not going to bench me for the game against Hull City. The only reason I benched you last game, mate, is because it was a cup game. Also, I'll consider it because you're going to be in the team. You're going to be starting, but just nicest way to say it, I think. We reached the cup semi-finals. I don't think we're in the semi-finals. I think it's the quarter-finals, actually, FIFA 20. But if we can't find it on the calendar, we'll look in here. Carabao Cup. We are in... Wait, is this around the... Oh, it's around the 16. It's not even the quarter-finals. Game's been lying to me. We're going to be taking on Crystal Palace. Not the worst draw, actually, to be honest. I'll take that. I'll take that, happily. What the other teams? We've got Wolves and Leicester, West Ham and Chelsea, Arsenal and Man City, Everton and Aston Villa, Liverpool and Leeds, Reading and Man U, Watford and Spurs, and then ourselves and Crystal Palace. So, next time we will be in the Carabao Cup, it will be against Crystal Palace. I'm going to see you on the calendar. If it's actually on the calendar now, see if we've got a date for that match. The team, you want to see the team? Hold on a second, Bob the Builder. Welcome to the stream as well. I'm just going to see when it is. 26th of October, so we've got plenty of time to prepare for that. But this is the team. I'll go into the squad, show you quickly what we've got. I'll go from highest overall because it's the way you can see the best players. We've got Diogo Jota, who is our best player, but he's out injured for another 6 months. We've got Adam Hlošek, who's growing quite nicely. He's 82 rated and only 20 years of age, but we need to renew his contract at some point. Erling Braut Haaland, he's in the squad. He hasn't grown quite as well as I'd liked, but he's in. We've got Ricardo Rossi, who is a youth goalkeeper. We've got Mason Greenwood coming in from Man United. He was quite a good signing, actually, it looks like. We've got Liberato Cacace, is an exciting prospect. We've got young Claire Todibo, who's a young Barcelona defender in real life, I believe, and we signed him to the club. Andrew Banks, another youth prospect, who is going to be hopefully one to watch for the future. His potential is between 90 and 92 or something like that. Some sort of insane potential, so he'll grow incredibly. We've got Fikayo tomorrow. We brought him in from Chelsea just as a more experienced centre-back. We've got Johan Carbonero, who I actually forgot where he played for before here, but he's growing quite well. But we may be selling him on soon because I don't know how much more he's going to grow. His contract's expiring. We'll go through the contracts before January. I'll get them all done. In fact, I'll do them all off screen after this episode, to be honest. We've got Tom Hennessy, Dujon Sterling. I'll stop reading out their how valuable they are. I'll just scroll down and show you the team here quickly. Bob the Builder. Got a lot of youth academy players that we need to be working on a bit more, but I've got so many youth players that I need to work on. We'll just have to try and make space and make time for them. But yeah, that is the team. So that's going to be the end of another Bradford City Career Mode episode. A very good victory somehow against Newcastle at their old stadium, St James's Park. Andrew Banks is worth 18.5 million. Actually, before we go, I'll just see who we've got to do got to add extra contracts to. I'll probably delegate him just in case. I don't want to mess him up. So financially, let's try and see here. Okay, so we've got Grinkov, who I'll probably sign a little bit longer, just so I could sell him on. I don't know. We'll see about that. Carbonero definitely signing. Hlošek definitely signing. Laganov possibly, and Russo possibly. These are the two here that we're gonna have to get done. Because, in fact, actually, only Carbonero can go on a pre-contract. Hlošek, we've got a bit more time with. So we'll get Carbonero sorted. Wait, hold on a minute. I just noticed Hlošek's value. Hlošek is worth 44 million. Are you absolutely having a giraffe, dude? I didn't notice his valuation. Alright, let's just quickly do this. For Carbonero and Hlošek. Delegate, yeah. Sweet. They're going to get paid way more because they're way more important now and we're in a higher league. Delegate renewal, you'll get around... Whoa, okay. Yeah, sure. You know what, fine, sure. We're getting towards the top end of the leagues now. We're just going to have to start paying more. But so we've got Carbonero and Hlošek signed a new contract. I'll maybe leave the youth players for now and then think about them later on in the season, perhaps. See whether I want to keep them or whether they can just go on a free... I might try and sign them for another year. Just so they don't go on a free. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be the end of another episode of the Bradford City Career Mode. Like I said, we got a massive victory at Newcastle's own stadium, St James's Park, in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. We will face Crystal Palace in round 4. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll see you very, very soon when we take on the Tigers away.